Hello guys, welcome to Study Logically. This is a new channel which has been started not exclusively but specially for the law optional students who are preparing for the law optionals UPSC, HPSC or any of the state civil service examination, uh, as well as for the judiciary people also. So this channel was started considering the fact that there are ample resources available for the GS, for the CSAT, for any other examination on the internet, but there is lack of space or lack of sources for the people who have to study law for the law optionals as well as for the judiciary. So considering this channel has been started not exclusively but specially for the law optionals. Let's begin with it. Now at Study Logically, we will begin with the law optional subjects for the purpose of HPSC as the notification has come out 2 months back, and as well as for the UPSC examination. But let me assure you that this channel, Study Logically, is not going to confine itself only to the law optional subjects. It is going to provide you with the current affairs also, for the CSAT also. It is going to provide you with the GS things also. Okay, so the things that are going to be provided on this channel are going to be exam specific. Let's say, for example, you have to prepare for the CSAT HPSC Haryana executive exam. So the level, the depth of the CSAT is going to be restricted to, or the content for the CSAT videos which are being made specially for the HPS examination is uh, going to be set as per the standard or the levels of the HPSC examination. Would be discussed subject wise and topic wise rather than being discussed in a haphazard manner where you won't be able to interrelate the topics. At the end of the each session, a doubt clearing session would be conducted so that there is complete clarity of the topic being discussed here. So let's discuss the syllabus, as we have to start with the optionals first. Let's discuss with the demarcation of the subjects, the scheme of the subjects in the HPSC and the UPSC. Now for the law optionals, the subjects have been demarcated into different parts, part 1 and the part 2. Part 1 contains the constitutional law and the international law. Part 1 contains the constitutional law and the international law, as can be seen from here. And the part 2 contains the law of crimes, law of torts, law of contracts and mercantile, and there are certain small acts which have been included in this syllabus. Law of evidence is specific to the HPS examination and is not in the syllabus of the UPS examination. These are the subjects which are common to both HPSC and the UPSC. For the purpose of the UPSC, there are certain other subjects also, or the certain other acts also which have been included, such as the administrative law, the Arbitration Act, the contemporary legal developments such as intellectual property rights, IT Act, competition law, alternative dispute resolution, the major statutes governing the environmental law, the RTI Act, and the trial by the media. These are the things which are specific to the UPSC only and are not included in the syllabus of the HPSC. So what our plan is going to be? You are supposed to have at least 7 hours sleep. Reason being, it tampers with the balance of the mind and you are not properly able to focus on the study. Now after the sleep, you are supposed to devote at least 1 hour for the newspaper and 3 hours for the current affairs. What you can do is club these things together and you can devote 3 hours jointly for these two things. 3 hours for jointly these two things. Okay. Now you have to devote at least 4 hours for the general studies paper. Since you are preparing for the HPSC or the UPSC, you are supposed to devote at least 4 hours for general studies examination. In case you are a judiciary student, then you can leave out with this thing and you can adjust these hours for the purpose of the law study. Okay. Apart from the general studies, you are supposed to devote at least 3 hours for the law subject. Okay, you may refer to this video okay, video and any other source that you are referring to, but you have to make sure that you stick to just one source for the one subject or one act, okay, during the entire course of your preparation. You don't have to switch in between the different sources. You have to just stick to one source. You have to demarcate at least 2 hours for the purpose of revision at the end of the day, so that whatever you have studied during the entire day, it sticks up to your mind and stays with you during the entire course of your preparation. And totaling down these hours, it comes out to be 20 hours. Okay, so you still have 4 hours left with yourself. What you can do is, you can, for that purpose, I would suggest you to devote at least 15 to 20 minutes for the yoga in the morning, okay, or at whatever time that suits you. So what our course of action is going to be: first of all, take out the previous year question papers, analyze the questions, and try to narrow down on what kind of questions HPSC or the UPSC is going to ask you. Okay, after that, you have to decide upon the books that you are going to refer to. You have to make sure that you stick to just one source throughout your preparation rather than switching to different sources, different books. It is going to complicate the matter, it is going to complicate your preparation, and it is going to waste your time. So I would suggest you to just stick to one book, okay, and refer to that book during your entire preparation. Now listen to me. The source, the act, and the things in that act, the sections, the case laws are going to remain the same in the all reference books. Okay, the content is going to remain same, the sections are going to remain same, the uh, case laws are going to remain same. What is going to change is their articulation, their expression. So expression is in your hand. Okay, try to take that source only which you had referred in your graduation thing. Okay, it is going to make the things easier for you. Now there is difference in the approach of the HPS examination and the UPS examination considering the law optionals. If you have gone through the previous year questions of the HPSC or the UPSC, the HPSC paper isn't that tough. The level is the graduate level only. But in case of the UPSC, the questions are more of analytical nature. They're more of applied nature. In the HPSC, they're going to ask you the direct questions, but in case of the UPSC, they're going to ask in an applied manner, in an analytical manner, where you are supposed to apply the concept or any of the sections that you have read during your course of preparation. Okay, it is going to be more of analytical nature. UPSC is going to incorporate the current affairs also. Okay, but in case of HPSC, there is a rare chance. There is, but there is very less chance that they are going to ask you the current affairs based questions in the law optionals. Okay, now your answer structure is going to be that you have to take the basic context, okay, from the basic books that you are referring. You have to mention the section relevant to the question. You have to mention at least 1 to 2 cases relevant to the question, and in case illustration has been asked or it has been specifically asked that illustrate so and so thing, then it's better to take the illustration from the section itself, the illustrations that have been mentioned in the bare act under a particular section. And it's better if you incorporate the current affairs into the answer. Just in case Article 21 has been asked, you can refer to the right to privacy, how the ambit of the sections or the articles has been widened with the judicial interpretation, and in reference to that you can refer to the any of the current affairs. It makes the answer more attractive. Okay, so let's move on to next section. Now how your study pattern is going to be. First of all, refer to this video. The basic concept or majority of things are going to be clear through these videos only. Okay, try to make notes, think over it, and try to improvise what you can do to improve your answers or improve your imagination or improve your concept. I would suggest you to write at least one answer a day for the law optionals or for the judiciary, so that you get in the habit of writing answers from that perspective only. Okay, make sure that you revise landmark cases on regular basis for each relevant topic. The landmark cases are only going to make a difference from the answers between the answers of the different aspirants. Okay, if a person has written landmark case and another person has not written the landmark cases, obviously the person who has referred to the landmark cases is going to score better. So it's better that you revise the landmark cases on a regular basis. Analyze the previous year question papers, analyze the model answers that have been provided over the internet for those previous year question papers, and try to match your answers with those model answers. Okay, it's going to help you improve your uh, answer writing. Later on, after the completion of the syllabus, we would also be helping you with the answer writing. We will come up with the answer writing module so that the preparation is done in a very comprehensive way. Now, there is a piece of advice for all those who have taken the law optional for the UPSC or the HPSC. You have to uh, understand the difference between the general studies paper 2, sorry, and your law optionals. It is generally seen that people who prepare for the law optional generally include their law optionals knowledge into general studies paper 2, which makes things difficult for them and ruins up this general studies paper. For the general studies paper, you have to write the answers from the point of view of a layman. You don't have to show your legal knowledge. In general studies paper 2, you don't have to refer to unnecessary cases. Okay, so I would suggest you to differentiate and understand the difference between general studies paper 2 and law optionals. You have to show your legal knowledge in the legal optional law optionals paper only, and not in the GS paper 2. Okay, keep your answers as general as possible in GS paper 2. Second thing I would tell you, advise you, is that don't get scared when people say that law optional is not a scoring subject. Law optional is a subject you had studied during your graduation. In case you were a law student, it is easy to understand. You already have books to refer to. Now, Study Logically channel has also been started to make things easier for you. Okay, it is a scoring subject. It is easy to understand. Proper material is available. Test series are available, so you don't have to worry. Don't get deviated from your preparation if anybody says to you that law optional is not scoring. It is scoring. It is a very good subject. It is going to help you in the GS papers also. Okay, so don't get scared. With this, the subject we are going to start first is a contract law. It is going to take you around 2 weeks. Okay, the books and the sources that you have to refer are the Bangya book, Bear Act, and this video. I assure you that you won't have to refer to any other source, okay, after watching this video and referring to even Bear Act only. Okay, I assure you that you won't be required to any book, refer to any book after watching this course on Study Logically. Okay, it will take you around 2 weeks to learn the contracts law, and at the end of the course, I assure you that you will be able to answer all the contract questions that have been asked in the previous year papers, say for the UPSC or for the HPSC. That's my promise. Now, the syllabus for the contract has been as follows. There are 12 topics necessarily. Okay, so these are the topics which have been included in the HPSC. Okay, these topics are common to UPSC also. So we're going to study first with the introduction to the uh, contracts, how it evolved, how this 1872 Act evolved, how it came up, what was the situation before this act. We are going to start with the very basics, and at the end of this course, I assure you that you will be having complete knowledge of the contracts law. Our first video is going to be based on the contracts law, and this is going to really help you in your law optionals as well as for the judiciary purposes. We will be dealing with the landmark cases also. Okay, so don't worry about it. Take the screenshot of this syllabus page so that you may refer to it at any time. So thank you guys. Our next video is going to be regarding the contract law, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I assure you that quality content would be provided, and we will try to make the law optionals preparation as easy as possible. Thank you so much.